On this week's Tuesday Talk, we are discussing our pups and all the different questions we've had about having dogs while living in an Airstream on the road.
They seem to be popular.
Yeah. So we're going to caveat this discussion by saying that this is going to be different for your dog and you. And our dogs have very distinct personalities, so what works for us is not going to work for everybody. But
they have personalities, all right.
Yes, if you haven't already noticed.
Especially the little one.
Yeah.
Her personality revolves around food, and a side of frosting, which is also food, and maybe some ice cream.
She's staring us down right now.
And some steak.
Anyway, so our dogs have no issues with separation anxiety at all.
Yeah.
Pretty much, especially since they have each other.
In fact, they might prefer it when we're not here.
So for most situations, as long as we feel comfortable leaving them in the Airstream, that's our go-to assumption.
They're good to go.
They're going to stay in the Airstream if we go for a hike, if we go to a museum, if we go to a brewery. They would rather stay here together than go anywhere else with us.
They don't like people or other dogs.
No. As you've seen, they're both rescues. Patty's a little more friendly. Penny is scared of everything. So she would much rather be in her home, which is the Airstream, than anywhere else. Now, if we're going somewhere that's going to be a really long day, so we're not going to be able to take them out, or if we're leaving the Airstream somewhere where we don't feel super comfortable leaving them because of weather or whatever reason, then the next go-to assumption is that we'll keep them in the truck. And that's
pretty big back seat. They have a lot of room back there.
So we set up the back seat. If you should have seen the vlog yesterday about our first major adventure, taking the dogs and keeping them in the back seat. We set them all up with all the big comfy beds and had a bowl of water, and they did great.
They just chilled back there.
Yeah, they didn't exactly sleep. They probably stayed awake and on alert most of the time, but there was no barking, there were no issues. We just kept the windows cracked. We'd go check on them. It was a nice day. If it was worse weather, obviously we'd keep them with us. We'd go find something to do with them and us. But on days where on days where the weather is decent and they need to come with us, then the back of the truck is the way we go.
Yeah, they're fine with that, and so are we. It makes it easy.
So if we had dogs that were more active, who like to hike and go places, then that would change how we do things. But our dogs do not. And so if they could stay in their home or their truck, they are much happier girls.
Yes, thankfully they don't have anxiety problems.
No.
Because if they did, then we'd be taking them with us a lot more often.
Yes.
And they would be dictating, to some degree, what we do when we're out.
Yes.
But that doesn't happen right now. So good for them. And also good for us.
Yes. And the other thing is that Penny and Patty have already claimed the Airstream as home. So when we move the Airstream, they might be nervous because they're in a new place with new sniffs. And then as soon as they see, especially Penny, the Airstream, she's right inside and she gets comfortable. Take her a couple days to get comfortable to the outside location.
It's the consistent element.
But the consistent element is the Airstream, and they're starting to understand the same thing with the truck, with Clifford. So hopefully, once we hit the road, the truck and the Airstream are the constant, and us, obviously.
Well, yeah, there is us too.
Yeah, but
we're kind of,
we're who they want to be near.
Yeah,
so.
well, especially during dinner time.
Yes, so yeah, it's actually, we have it pretty easy, I think. Our girls are actually really good travel dogs. They like traveling in the truck. Penny sleeps. So.
Yeah, they're very chill. I mean, what we have to deal with some fright issues with the big one, but really it's not nearly as bad as
what that means for us is that we avoid dog parks and we
other dogs
in general. And people,
especially if they're anywhere near her size.
So Penny would rather go for a walk when no one's out, or I just said the walk word and Patty just perked over there. I don't think you can see her, she's off camera, but she was like, "What did you just say?" She knows that word. Anyway.
And she loves to do that.
She loves to do that. Penny, on the other hand, does not so much because of the people and the other dogs. So when we're out boondocking, that may be a lot better for Penny. And her anxiety might go down. But
she's a roamer. Yeah. Penny is a roamer. Patty is a walker.
Yes. But like I said, that is completely our dogs. We have made them very comfortable in the Airstream. That's their home, and
as comfortable as we can make it.
They're perfectly content to stay here as much as possible, especially if we're with them.
They're perfect little travel dogs.
Yeah. So that's it for this week. If you have dog-specific questions, hopefully we answered some of those, but please leave them in the comments below because we're happy to answer any others about our dogs in particular.
And we're always looking for more excuses to film the dogs.
Yes.
So there is that.
Yes, we should
Don't
probably
be
have them
bashful.
in this video. Get Patty. Come here, Patty. You should be in this video. Penny, are you going to come over?
Here's Patty.
Penny. Come here, Penny. She's off camera. Here she comes. So, from our family to yours,
Merry Christmas. Oh, wait.
we will see you next week. Okay, bye, guys. Bye.
Later.